This is the Budget Biometric Safe. Just because it gets a good rating on Amazon doesn't mean it's a good buy. The safe has the worst biometric scanner I've tested yet. The automatic opening lid works, then stops working, then starts working again. And now to the worst thing I discovered. When you press down on the right side of the lid to shut the safe, it gives you a false locking of the safe. A gentle touch by your hand can trigger the automatic lid or semi-automatic lid to open. And the app is a connection nightmare.
God.
The safe gets a huge fail.
Alright, first off, I want to say this is not a law picking lawyer channel. I don't give a damn if it's a Verify or any other type of safe or a V-line. These are, technically speaking, none of these are real safes. They're not tested or UL listed, whatever the ratings are. These are just your go-in-betweens, your dispensers. Typically, what I care about is if they function well and reliably, because that's what you're going to be using them for, is to get things. So I want to make sure the biometric scanner works. I want to make sure, you know, everything at least is not toy grade. Now, I did the full review on this Oneus and Nero, whatever the hell these names are. My brother likes to pick things, and he's like, hey, I just picked it with a nail clipper. And well, I do draw a line at certain things. Now, if you can pick these things at a nail clipper, then we have a problem. Now, this one, these key locks are so cheap. This one's just permanently broken. That's how cheap it is. But it's not gonna be much different. You can just pretty much get maybe a little bit something thinner than this, just jostle it up in there, and then you'll simply be able to just pop it open with a simple nail clipper. So I pretty much done a full review. They did okay. But when it comes to this freaking lock here, it's just cheap, beyond cheap. And that's when I start to fail things. I'm not gonna say, if it requires a tool picking kit, that's fine, I'll pass it. Because most people that break into houses aren't gonna be picking your shit. They're not gonna have a magnet. They're either gonna just pry things open or just take off your stuff. They're not gonna be over here picking your damn safe. If you're worried about picking, you know, maybe take off the name brand of the safe so they can't just go on YouTube and find out that it's an easily picked safe. Here's V-line. If you want something that's gotta work, buy a V-line. If you have more money, buy a Verify. But I have two Verify safes because one of these got picked by the lock picking lawyer, and they had to update the part of lock there. So, you know, hey, if you're worried about if your neighborhood's so damn bad and your people picking your safes, you know, the good thing about these, you can hide them in the closet, put some dirty clothes on them. You know, be proactive. Maybe put the safe facing the wall where you can just barely open that door and shut it. If you're so worried about people finding your stuff, maybe you should do that. There's other ways that you can get some more safety out of these things. But when it comes to this is just unacceptable.
If you want a biometric safe with every possible combination of entry, then the Safely Safe is your safe. You can open it with a fingerprint scan, digital keypad, RFID card, or through your smartphone. And also, don't forget the good old-fashioned analog key. But if that's not good enough for you, you can get this sold separate button key fob, or if you want voice activation, you can get this little white box, and then you can yell at Alexa to open the safe for you. Now, during my tests, I confirmed the lid is 11 gauge still, as you can see here. They say the lid is drill proof. So if it's really drill proof, then that means it's hardened still. So I tested the lid with this cheap $2,200 UCI tester just to see how hard it is. The finish is very hard, coming at 65 Rockwell hardness, but still the finish easily dremels off, and the bare metal comes in at 45 HRC. Yes, it's hardened still, as hard as your Colt 1911, that is. Be forewarned, the safe is 100% programmed through your smartphone. Good news is it's always quick to connect to Bluetooth, and it's super easy to reprogram the safe through the app. When it comes to the wet and powder test, it was not the best performer, and I barely gave it a pass, and my conscience is still bugging me on that. Safely states it opens in 0.3 of a second, but in reality it comes in at 1 second flat. And now onto the bad news. The safe has bugs. Not those bugs, but these bugs.
And I'll show you live right here what just happened. One time I went to open it, and there you go. Did exactly that. Put the lid down, it didn't latch it, and I had to cycle the safe like this, and then I was able to lock it. Now the other issue, hold on. Maybe I didn't give enough time, so here we go. Shouldn't be an issue.
The Safely Safe gets a marginal rating from us. It's still a million times better than that Budget safe, and in the end, that's all that really matters.